There's been a lot of controversy with this project. It's just a little spicy. I put content warnings on the door. I explain everything that's inside, and I feel that there should be spaces that are constructed for adults to think about their lives and experience their lives in a certain way. My name is Patrick Stephenson, and the project is called Queer Bodies in Public Space. This is a sling for artistic purposes. It's a sling to experience artwork. It is a sexual object, but it doesn't have to be used sexually. And there's this stigma about sexuality in general, where anything that is even close to being used as a sexual object is just taboo. And I want to break those if I can. I think it's like this object that has a lot of weird history and is a really nice way to experience a gallery, it turns out, laying back in this thing. And it's reflecting on the aesthetic experience of being in a sex club and a sexual space that's queer. It's an opportunity to meet people at their most open-mindedness. When you go to these places and you experience these things, you kind of let your guard down. And so the most ideal setting for artwork for me is a place where people are in that state of mind, where they're open to visual and textural input and whatever else. They're just there and they're very present. So I think we have a real opportunity to kind of change how people feel about their bodies and their relations to other people by putting these works up there. I learned how to make this thing and started with a cowhide and hardware, and then over the course of a week I just fabricated it for the gallery. I was able to kind of make some modifications to make it more comfortable and larger for different people, because these things tend to run in a certain size that isn't accommodating to everyone. Again, it's sort of to a standard of a smaller, fitter body. So I designed this specifically to be for anybody. There's a thermal camera, and it kind of analyzes everyone's body and projects it on the wall. It points directly down, and I calibrate it again to just look at human temperature ranges. So everything else in the room vanishes, and when you get in the sling, your body is isolated and then projected on the wall, and it almost seems like it's floating in the darkness. So it's a very vulnerable moment, and I feel that it can be empowering and wonderful if you let yourself give into that. And then after someone leaves the sling, which is my favorite part of the whole exhibition, their sort of heat signature is left on the leather, and everyone's is unique, and that signature kind of stays for sometimes as long as 10 minutes and just slowly fades away. CRT televisions have been kind of a staple of queer spaces, namely because a lot of these spaces didn't for a long time have the funding that other bars did, so they kept around these old televisions that played porn or music videos or whatever on them. And what I've done is interviewed people about group sexual experiences that were transformative to them, and forced the televisions to accept audio as a video signal, and the TVs kind of do their best to interpret that.
And I just keep writhing and feeling like the goddess.
So the TVs kind of talk to you in this really intimate, weird way, almost like a transmission pushing through, like lost somewhere in space. For people that come in, I hope their takeaway is that they encountered something that they hadn't experienced before, and they came away feeling more comfortable by it. Specifically, just being vulnerable with their body and putting their body on display to a whole room of people. I just think everyone should sit in a sex sling at some point if they can.